Concerns are mounting as Nigeria's decade-long power privatization process completed 10 years at the end of October 2023. The situation is exacerbated by a prolonged crisis in Nigeria's power sector spanning over several decades. For more than 62 years, Nigeria's electricity value chain, encompassing distribution, generation and transmission, has grappled with numerous challenges. Efforts to address the long-standing issues in the power sector began with the 2005 Electric Power Sector Reform Act, followed by the initiation of the privatization process on November 1, 2013. Nigeria's population of over 200 million people continue to grapple with a meager 4,387.91 megawatts of electricity, with annual capacity payment losses further complicating the power sector's challenges despite multiple government interventions resulting in adverse consequences for the national economy. To discuss this, we're joined by Adetayo Adegbemle, Executive Director of PowerUp Nigeria. Good to see you again, sir, and thank you for joining us. What is the overall assessment of the Nigeria power sector privatization so far?
Yeah, good evening, and thanks for having me once again. Like I've always said on that particular question, it's been 10 years of learning, experimentation, learning, and more learning. Don't forget that this is an unknown terrain for Nigeria. We've run a monolithic power system for close to 40 years prior to privatization. Before that, we've had little development here and there under ECN and NDA. That's the one that was in charge of the waterworks, the Kanji Dam. This is the first time we're experimenting with the private sector coming in because of the challenges that we've had with the monolithic government-run institution in NEPA, ECN, and the subsidiary PHCN. So yeah, it's been 10 years of learning of how to do things, 10 years of learning of how not to do things. It's been 10 years of evolution of the power sector in Nigeria. Before the privatization kicked in 2013, we never had a situation where the voice of the consumers was equally considered before use, taken into consideration, or before decisions were being taken, or before policies were being implemented. But we have evolved from just a minor segment to a situation where now, and as we have also pushed forward from the policy sector, where we have states are now also able to generate, transmit, and distribute power by themselves. So I mean, this is the total devolution of power from the central, whereas it was only the federal government only that was able to do that, to where the 36 states and the FCT is now able to, open to do that. So we have had last 10 years of evolution. Unfortunately, we have not been able to translate that directly to results. And this is because prior to the privatization, we've had years of decay in the sector, we've had years of non-performance. We have years of non-development in the sector. So we have gone far from where we used to be. Trust me on that.
All right. You've mentioned some of the challenges and some of the opportunities as a result of privatization. So let me ask you instead, how has it affected the availability, reliability, and affordability of electricity in Nigeria if we're still struggling?
All right, like I said earlier, I mean, we've had last 10 years of learning of how not to do things. Now, one of the most unfortunate situations was that when the issue of privatization was being pushed, some people were economical with the truth. The idea they gave was that once the sector is privatized, then all problems or the challenges in the sector will be gone overnight. That is not going to happen. I'm talking about a sector that prior to 1999, the coming of this new Fourth Republic, we've gone about 20 to 25 years of no single investments, you know. So, I mean, we're talking about 25 years of no investment. You now think 10 years of investment will solve all the problems. So some people preached privatization as a silver bullet, and that was a big misconception. What we've had in the last 10 years, like I was saying, was a lot of learning. I mean, for instance, I'm going to say this, that initially we had a tariff system where, you know, some were just categorized as residentials, commercials, and, you know, everybody was on the same tariff. But we have also evolved into a new micro system where the hours of supplies to you determines the tariff that you pay.
All right, Adetayo,
So
I'm being told, I'm so sorry, I'm being told by my director that we're out of time for this conversation. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time on the news and, of course, for always heeding our call when we come through.
It's always